Hi guys. So I'm back for another discussion and my topic for today is how I have managed to lose more weight. And I've gotten a lot of messages from friends asking me what I did and how to achieve it as well. I did a video probably 5 months ago on my initial try on managing my health and my weight. However, I think the results were more evident this period. I mean, immediately the following year, like January and February. So I'm not going to prolong this any longer. What did I do in order for me to achieve weight loss? During this pandemic, I have experienced a lot of anxious thoughts. It has a lot to do with how my business was faring, and it not only gave me a lot of anxiety attacks or probably panic attacks at the most that I could describe it, but essentially I wanted to have peace of mind, and I wanted to keep my focus on things where I can control, and things that I cannot control I have to let go. So I searched again. You may find this corny, no, but everything is actually based in the Bible. So biblically speaking, I did fasting, and the fasting entails not restricting myself of any food types, but it was more on trying to control the time of what time I would be eating, how many hours should I be eating, and then I'd go fasting. I didn't want to restrict myself from any food types. Why? Because the tendency is people, once deprived of something, tend to crave for it more, and therefore, instead of being able to achieve a goal, it would be counterproductive because since you're craving for it a lot, you tend to overindulge yourself once the guards are down. So there are days when I would go 16 hours of fasting, and there are days when I would go 18 hours of fasting. Meaning, for example, the last meal that I would be having would be at 5 p.m. The following day, I would have my first food at around 11 a.m. So that would give me roughly 16 hours. Yeah, 16 hours. Or if I want to even push it further, my first meal would be around 12 noon or 1 p.m. So it was more on trying to solve something spiritually and mentally and psychologically, and then the physical just followed, meaning pumayat na lang ako, but first and foremost what I tried to fix is my mental health. So in between, I mean the long window of not eating, what did I do? Dasal ka or mag-meditate ka. A lot of times that's where I get my ideas on most of my Bible sharing that I post. So I think this fasting actually made me even more uh, calm. It made me be able to see beyond my own perspective, meaning if there's a problem or a situation that's happening, before I even begin to react, I try to understand things more, I try to listen more, and I try to analyze things. Kasi madali kasi ang human reaction is when things happen, mabilis tayong mag-blurt ng reaction natin or ng opinions natin. But I realized after doing some fasting, the best talaga is you having the last say or having the last opinion over anything. So, during the time of fasting, what were the things that I can only consume? Basically, it's water, which everybody knows that I like consuming water. And then I take my coffee black, everybody knows that. And then when, you know, things get really tough and rough, I take one fruit or half a fruit. Yeah. And then, incidentally, in the process of going through this fasting, syempre, marami akong napapanood sa TikTok, and I came across two people. One is actually an OBGYN, and one is actually a researcher. And they have delved into TikTok education, spreading information, true information, kasi maraming mga fake informations, di ba? So, the OBGYN is actually a girl. I could probably put down the link of her TikTok account so that you could view her. And she has nonetheless mentioned several times the benefits of fasting, especially if you are in that perimenopausal stage. So I mentioned perimenopausal women because I am part of that market. Actually, if you're between the age of 30s to 40s, I highly recommend talaga fasting because it's actually the game changer for bloating and inflammation. And the cause of inflammation can actually be a lot of things. It's your hormones going out of whack. And it's mainly because of the food you eat and the time you eat. And the reason why our hormones get out of whack is because of anxiety, depression, stress. Actually releases that hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is actually our stress hormone. When we have that, the tendency is we tend to overindulge on food. Kaya merong mga stress eater. And isa na ako doon. Once na stress ako, once na sobrang na-anxious ako, na-anx ako. And alam to ng mga office mates ko before, I will buy one whole crispy pata or one whole baliwag lechon liempo. And talagang kung kulang pa yun, bibili pa ako ng isa pa. And then, kain. Sobrang kain. And this I did during the time na hindi ako tumataba. I mean, I can actually eat 2 rice, 2 ulam, and 2 gulay. And alam din to ng mga kaibigan ko at nakasama ko sa training, sa pharmaceutical industry, na ganun ako kalakas kumain. And of course, because of age, tumatanda ka na, bumababa na yung metabolism mo. And before, I was so active. I was teaching dancing, gymnastics, and a lot of things. So, dahil tumatanda na ako, wala na yung mga ganong bagay. So, syempre, yung metabolism ko bumababa. Pero yung kain ko, hindi pa rin nagbaba. So, with fasting, I was able to practice self-control, patience, awareness, and mas na-appreciate ko ngayon yung relationship ko with food. Right now, I go for quality over quantity. So, some of my posts in my personal social media, nagpo-post ako na nagluluto ako ng steak or nagluluto ako ng masarap na seafoods. So, it's more on, before kasi palaging instant kasi nagmamadali ka, you're always on the go, parang nagmamadali ka palagi, meron kang hinahabol, meron kang nirarush. But since this pandemic happened, you have all the time, I had all the time in the world to prep everything, to cook for everything. So yun, it gave me actually that quality time that I've denied myself all these years. Tsaka parang every bite or every yung subo mo ng food, napansin ko, ninanamnam ko talaga siya. Like, parang I let it stay, I chew my food slowly, and it's a different experience. And ang naging problema ko ngayon is overeating. Kasi, pag nag-overeat naman ako dun sa eating window ko, parang hindi na kasi sanay yung tiyan ko na maraming makain. So, parang I have to control that also. So, I always have sodium bicarbonate in my bag just in case that I I experience indigestion because minsan nagmamadali kami ni Jojong kumain lalo na pag may booking. So, hindi ko na na-enjoy. So, minamadali ko yung bawat subo ko. Pero, okay rin naman. Minsan nga yung overeating ko. Pag nakikita ni Jojo na, overeating na ba yan? Yan lang ang kinain mo. Pero for me, parang ang dami na. Kasi nga, again, mabagal akong kumain ngayon. Tapos parang every bite, I really savor the taste and the quality. Isa pang napansin ko, hindi ako madaling mapikon. Meaning, when people are trying to bash me or when people are trying to say things about me, lalo na sa mga iba kong vlogs, madami yan, madami silang laging sinasabi, hindi ko na nga pinapansin eh. And gano'n naman talaga dapat kasi usually mga basher gusto lang nila mapansin
And
sila. Yun yung naiinis sila pag hindi ka napipikon or when they're trying to get you peeved pero NR ka or ang sasabihin mo lagi sa kanila is, so what? So what? Doon sila laging napipikon. Eh for me, sige, mapikon ka, bala ka, sino bang nahirapan sa atin? Ang ganda lang naman kasing ipakita yung mga before photos ko sa mga pictures ko ngayon. Kasi talagang maraming nakakakita ng difference. Hindi man ganun kalaki yung tingin ko na pinayat ko. But I see a lot of improvement in what I feel health-wise. Disclaimer lang, before I proceeded with this, wala akong diagnosed any disease except yung asthma ko, which I've had since bata pa ako. So basically, hindi ako hypertensive, wala akong mataas na cholesterol, kahit na nung mataba ako ha, and then hindi ako diabetic. So, for me, you ask pa rin a doctor if you're going to into this fasting lifestyle. I made it already my lifestyle. This is not just something that I would do like for 3 or 4 months. It's going to be a lifetime for me since I really need it at my age. So you ask again your doctor if you can do this. My skin has also cleared out apart from the regimen that I already do. Nag-clear talaga siya. In fact, na-notice yan ng sister ko a couple of months ago and sinabi niya sa akin, parang you look better right now. And then I just told her that I'm using retinol. I changed my face routine, etc. But I did not immediately tell her that I was into fasting because I wanted to little by little, people would notice the changes in me and gradually tell me, oh, you look better. Yung things like that, di ba? Parang nakakaano rin na, oy, fasting really. Masasabi ko lang dun sa mga nag-IF na low carb, hindi ko kaya yung ginagawa ninyo. And I don't think I can restrict myself from a food group na I know would be good for me. So, sometimes kasi food restrictions are actually the one that destroys this kind of lifestyle. So, I might as well just enjoy this lifestyle by eating in moderation and eating quality food. And eating in moderation is actually one of the key fruits of fasting because you have or you develop self-control. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again next time. And probably I'll be continuing my series of haifu because I've got a lot of positive feedbacks and messages asking me if I've used it in my arms, in my abdomen because they noticed nga na parang nag-improve lahat. So the answer to that is yes, and I will be discussing that probably in my next videos. Don't forget to be kind and spread kindness always. God bless you. Bye.